Imagine this. You're going about your day when suddenly, something feels off. Your chest tightens, your breathing becomes labored, and a wave of anxiety crashes over you. It's easy to ignore these symptoms, assuming it's just stress or fatigue. But what if it's something far more serious, like a heart attack? Every second matters, and knowing how to respond could mean the difference between life and death. Heart attacks don't come with a warning bell. They hit when you least expect it, disrupting ordinary moments and turning them into life-threatening emergencies. Many lives are lost each year because people don't recognize the signs or don't know what steps to take in those critical first minutes. That's exactly why we made this video, to equip you with the essential knowledge you need to act fast. In just 1 minute, you'll learn the simple actions that could save your life or the life of someone you love. Ready to arm yourself with life-saving information? Let's talk about something that might literally save your life. A heart attack can happen to anyone, and knowing the signs makes all the difference between life and death. We're not talking about random pains here. These are clear and unmistakable warnings that your heart is in trouble. Ever felt a crushing chest pain that spreads to your arm or jaw? That's one of the classic symptoms. But it doesn't stop there. Excessive sweating, sudden nausea, dizziness, shortness of breath, and even extreme anxiety can be signs. Spotting these symptoms early is like noticing a fire before it burns everything down. Now, here's the catch. These signs aren't always dramatic. Sometimes they can be subtle. Imagine being at work, feeling a bit off, maybe dizzy or unusually tired, and brushing it off as just another stressful day. Big mistake. People often ignore these early warnings, thinking they'll pass. But here's the harsh truth. When it comes to your heart, time is muscle. The longer you wait, the more damage occurs. Think of it as a race against time, where every minute counts towards saving your heart. You might be wondering, what should you do if you notice these signs in yourself or someone else? First, stay calm. Panic only makes things worse. Next, call for emergency help immediately. If you're in the US, dial 911. If you're elsewhere, know the local emergency number. Don't try to drive yourself to the hospital unless there's no other option. And here's a valuable tip. Let others know what's happening. It's better to have people aware than to suffer in silence. Remember, calling for help quickly can save a life, maybe yours. If you've made it this far, it means you're serious about learning how to act fast during a heart attack. That's smart. But this is just the beginning. Stay with us because next, we're diving into the crucial first steps to take when you or someone nearby might be having an attack. Oh, and if you're finding this useful, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and drop a comment below. Your support helps us keep bringing you life-saving content. When a heart attack strikes, every second counts. Knowing how to react can be the line between life and death. The very first thing anyone should do when identifying the symptoms is to stay calm. Yes, it sounds obvious, but it's harder than you think when fear takes over and your heart starts racing. Panic can make things worse by increasing blood pressure and stress. Take a deep breath, keep your composure, and without delay, contact emergency services. In the United States, that means dialing 911. But don't stop there. Calling is just the first step. If you're with someone, immediately inform them about what you're feeling. It may seem like a small detail, but it's crucial. Imagine someone having a heart attack alone at home. Without help, precious time is wasted. If someone is nearby, they can assist, keeping you conscious until help arrives. And don't forget, even if the pain subsides, it doesn't mean the danger is over. Another important point is transportation. Never attempt to drive yourself to the hospital unless it's absolutely necessary. Driving during a medical emergency is risky for both the person experiencing the heart attack and others on the road. Instead, wait for the ambulance. Paramedics are trained to provide first aid on the way, ensuring you arrive at the hospital in better condition. Want to know more about what to do during a heart attack? Stay tuned, because up next, we'll discuss a small pill that can make a big difference. Not everyone knows this, but a small pill can make a huge difference during a heart attack: aspirin. This common yet often underrated medication can help prevent the clot causing the heart attack from growing larger. But it's not as simple as swallowing any pill you find. The recommendation is to chew 2 to 3 low-dose aspirin tablets, 100 milligrams, as chewing speeds up absorption into the bloodstream. Now, here's a crucial detail. Only do this if you're not allergic to aspirin. You might be wondering, why is aspirin so effective? Well, it works as a blood thinner, reducing the formation of clots. Think of it as a temporary barrier that helps maintain blood flow until professional help arrives. This simple action can mean the difference between severe heart damage and a quicker recovery. It's important to note that this isn't a permanent solution, just an initial step until medical care is available. And what type of aspirin should you use? Only the uncoated version should be taken. Enteric-coated tablets take longer to absorb, reducing their effectiveness in emergencies. A practical tip is to always keep a pack of low-dose aspirin handy, especially if you or someone close to you has a history of heart problems. If you think aspirin is the only solution, think again. There are plenty of myths about what to do during a heart attack. In the next segment, we'll debunk some of them. Stick around to avoid falling for dangerous misconceptions. When it comes to cardiac emergencies, there are plenty of myths floating around that can put lives at risk. One of the most common is the idea of using the forced coughing technique during a heart attack. Maybe you've heard it before, the notion that repeatedly coughing can stop a heart attack. Sounds simple, right? But here's the truth. This practice doesn't work and can actually be dangerous. Coughing might temporarily increase chest pressure, but it does nothing to address the underlying issue. Another popular myth is that drinking cold water or soaking your feet in hot water can stop a heart attack. This is pure folklore with no medical basis. The danger of these myths lies in giving people a false sense of control, delaying their decision to seek professional help. Remember, the faster you get medical attention, the better your chances of survival. Want another example? Some believe that drinking alcoholic beverages can help ease chest pain. This couldn't be further from the truth. Alcohol can cause various complications during a cardiac event, including blood vessel dilation, which might worsen the situation. Instead of trusting home remedies, trust science and call for medical assistance immediately. If you're finding this content helpful and want to keep learning, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment. And stick around, because there's much more vital information coming up. Next, we'll talk about a common mistake many people make during emergencies. In an emergency, self-medication can be one of the worst mistakes you can make. Many people, when experiencing heart attack symptoms, turn to vasodilators or other medications without medical guidance, thinking they might relieve the problem. But here's the truth. These drugs can be fatal in certain situations, especially if they cause a sudden drop in blood pressure. It's not worth risking your life based on assumptions. Another common mistake is trying to use medications that worked for someone else. Maybe you know someone who took something and felt better, but every body reacts differently. What's safe for one person might be dangerous for another. Heart medications should only be taken with professional guidance, preferably after a proper medical evaluation. And what about natural remedies? Many believe that drinking herbal teas or taking supplements can help, but during a heart attack, there's no scientific evidence that these solutions have any positive effect. In fact, wasting time on such practices could delay proper care and worsen the situation. The focus should be on getting medical help as quickly as possible. Don't be fooled. Trying to handle everything on your own can be costly. But that doesn't mean you can't take preventive measures. Speaking of prevention, our next topic will dive into how simple lifestyle changes can significantly reduce your risk of a heart attack. Preventing a heart attack is simpler than it seems, but it requires commitment. The key is adopting healthy habits that protect your heart in the long run. It starts with a balanced diet. Swap processed foods for natural options like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Cutting down on saturated fats and salt can help keep your arteries clear. Additionally, incorporating omega-3 rich fish, like salmon, is a great strategy to strengthen your heart. We can't overlook the crucial role of exercise. It doesn't have to be extreme. A 30-minute walk a day works wonders for cardiovascular health. The important thing is to keep your body moving and avoid a sedentary lifestyle. If you're not used to exercising, start slowly. The ideal approach is to find an activity you enjoy, whether it's dancing, cycling, or even gardening. Another essential factor is avoiding smoking. Smoking severely damages heart health, increasing the risk of heart attacks and other cardiovascular diseases. If you smoke, consider seeking help to quit. There are many options, from nicotine replacement therapies to support groups. Remember, every cigarette you cut down is a victory for your heart. Equally important is managing conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes. These are silent risk factors that can lead to serious complications if left untreated. Regular medical checkups and following your doctor's advice can make all the difference. By taking these steps, you give your heart the best chance to keep beating strong for years to come. Now that you've learned how to act quickly in case of a heart attack, it's time to think about long-term changes. Are you ready to take control of your health? Start by adopting small habits. Improve your diet, exercise regularly, and never ignore your heart signals. Prevention is always better than reaction. And if you're curious about how cholesterol can silently impact heart health, check out our video, Silent High Cholesterol. Spot the invisible signs before it's too late. Before you go, we have one last request. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss life-saving tips like these. What changes will you make today to protect your heart? Drop a comment below and let's start a conversation about building a healthier future.